So, to do your ground models, I'll have to look more into the PBR levels because I just had made a video and I had problems getting it to work with a PBR converted level. Or it wasn't a converted PBR level, it was a level that was a developer map, but it didn't look like, for whatever reason, the ground model would work. So I can save you a lot of time if you're only looking for fixing a ground model in PBR level or changing it, then you'll have to wait longer because I have to look more into it. However, if you're not and you're just looking at regular levels that use just four colors for the terrain paint, the 1.0 levels, that I can show you, that is still, you can still add the ground models the easy way in that. So go to where the game is installed, Steam library, Steam apps, common, Beam, NG drive. You will find a folder in here, a file in here called Game Engine Zip. To make things quicker, I just extracted this onto the desktop. You can go into here and just type search and just type ground, and you'll see groundmodels.json. I copied this onto the desktop out of that zip file. And then in the level that I wanted to test it in, which is small grid, in the root folder here, make a folder called ground models. In that folder, you can just paste that entire file in there if you'd like to. What it'll do, it'll pull the ground models from this folder before it pulls the default values. So if you change any of these, like if you change leaves thin to be something different, it'll use these leaves thin before it goes to GameEngine.zip to pull it out. So what I did is I made a mud 2. I basically went to the very end. Let me start over. This is the very end when you see a bracket and a bracket. If you see a bracket and a comma, that's just separating two different ground models. But after the last one, you just see bracket, bracket. There's no comma. It means there's no more ground models. So I just went up and found mud, the regular mud. And in between the bracket and the bracket with the commas, I just copied this to my clipboard. And then at the bottom, I just added a bracket and a comma. And then I pasted it. And I just put a number 2 to make that mud 2. Now the fluid density, I'm going to put that at 1,000. And then the depth, all right, it can be 1.0 to like 0.01. So we'll just put 0.9. The higher the number, the deeper the depth up to a value of 1. But if you want it to go deeper than what this value will allow, you'll have to modify the fluid density and make that a lot less, which I believe the default might have been. Oh, shit, I don't know what it just was. I just changed it. But it's a lot less than what it used to be. So basically, you load the game now, and you go into the terrain painter, and you'll see their ground models. And you select the mud 2. If you did it right, you'll see your mud 2 show up. I happen to have imported a terrain into here, so we got a terrain on here to experiment with. And we'll go to the terrain painter. Well, this is the only material I made for this. But we double click on it, you'll see the ground model here. These are the ground models, and you'll see the mud too. Save changes to file. I'm not sure, maybe you have to rebuild collisions, I don't know, I can't remember. It might do it automatically, I can't remember. Hell. I'll just teleport right over to, I guess anywhere is better than anywhere will work. So as you can see, now I will move that to here, and then in here I'll show you some. Let's change this to, I don't know, 10. Save, and look at that. Default depth 0.1, but the density is very low. Put it at 10,000. Now I did have saved all these damn settings and what they did. I'm not sure where I posted it. I lost my C drive a while back. I had all this stuff saved, what all this stuff did. When I get back, I'll look for it and post it in the description. But I'm going to have to look deeper into how to do this on a PBR level. Because for some reason, and I think it's just because it's a developer map, that the ground models for those maps are just, for whatever reason, I want to say they're like programmed to display whatever the ground model is for what they got set. Because I tried changing it in here and it didn't work. And I don't remember. I know I've done it on PBR levels, but I can show you, like maybe you already have your own PBR level. Let's see ground models and ground models there. We go to art, terrains, and then the terrain painter materials. You'll see in here ground model. You know you're in a PBR level when you see all these damn materials. There's like 18 of them that make up one damn terrain paint. But every one of them should have in here, and if they don't, you can add it, ground model. And see, that's where I would just change that to like mud 2, for example. But it did not work. For whatever reason. I don't know. That's why I said I'll have to look more into this, but I'll load that level and show you. I'll paint with grass 3 and it will not behave like mud 2. And that's why I'm not sure if it's because their levels have some. I know the old grid map before they did version 2, I would use the old grid map and convert it to make my own levels long before they did the PBR materials. And I found that certain places in the old grid map where they had like the strips of dirt, mud, and sand and whatnot, no matter what terrain paint I painted, it still behaved like whatever they had. The only way I could fix that was to make a new terrain. But let's load the Hirochi Speedway and I'll show you that it didn't work the last time I just tried it in the other video. And I'm not sure if that's just because it's their level and it's just how they got it programmed. I don't know. That I'm not sure of. There's that grass 3. And as you can see, it's sure there ain't no decals. Delete the decals, so making sure there wasn't a decal that's maybe some way affecting it. Well, maybe it is working. Or is it? I can't tell. I don't know. You be the judge of that. I don't think other places in the game next to the road the car sinks like that. Okay, well, I guess it does work. Okay, then. Well, I'm happy now. Now, unless you converted a level to PBR that is your own level, then the way you'd have to do a developer map is different. I'm not going to go over how to convert the whole level, but I'll show you how you can manipulate the level. Now, when you go back to where the game's installed, let's see, Steam library, Steam apps, common, Beam NG drive, content, levels. Now here I picked a level like Hirochi, Speedway, Raceway, whatever. I extracted this just onto my desktop. Then I copied it to my clipboard, and then in my user folder in levels, I pasted Hirochi Raceway. And that's the same ground models that I created for Small Grid, but just in Hirochi Speedway. And that's the ground models that I got the Mud 2 in there. Let me copy this to my clipboard. It won't let me copy all this to the clipboard, but I'll just copy this so you can see how I did that if you want those settings. And I got to go, folks. I got to go. I got that little medical procedure today at 2 o'clock. It's like an hour drive from here, so I got to get ready now. And I'll, not sure what I'll do when I get back. So that's it for this. Any other questions, let me know.